So our first interview is with Rachel Hutchisson. Rachel is the head of CSR, Foundation and Community Work with Blackbaud. Although that's really, really impressive, what I really am talking with Rachel today is about her new program and platform that she's starting to create conversations around the country around doing business and doing social good. And it's not just for the big companies that we always hear about. She's going to be talking about what small companies can do overall as well. So I'm excited to get Rachel out here. So Rachel, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Have a seat. So Rachel, I gave a little bit of bio about Blackbaud, but for those that don't know, tell me about Blackbaud.
So Blackbaud's a technology company. We've been around for about 30 years, and we provide all the technology and resources really that power the business of philanthropy. So handling fundraising and messaging and all the outreach to all the people that nonprofits care about so that they can raise money and successfully fund the missions for their organizations.
So tell me a little bit about your role at Blackbaud and what you do.
So I run CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility at Blackbaud, which is kind of all of the things that we do to do good in the world. Our philanthropy, our volunteerism, our environmentalism, and that's really important at Blackbaud because we are all about philanthropy. So it's as much about our brand and our culture as it is about, what we do as a business.
So that might have led to the new thing that you're working on, so tell me about it.
Yeah, so over the years at Blackbaud, I built our citizenship philanthropy program, and as I did that, I looked out into the world and I said, where are the resources that help then small and growing into a mid-sized business to do this? And they just weren't out there. Most of the resources are really aimed at really big businesses with manufacturing plants, and they just were hard to translate. So I decided I was going to launch something with the support of Blackbaud called Business Doing Good, and it's a website with basically really tactical, helpful information for small businesses to build give-back programs into their operations.
Why is it hard for small or medium-sized businesses to do it? I mean, is it hard?
I actually don't think it's hard. I think that what the issue is that the resources aren't out there, that right now the resources are aimed at really big companies with big budgets. And we use this lofty language, and it's important language, but shared value and triple bottom line and sustainability and all this stuff. And what it really boils down to is businesses doing good. And a lot of them already do that or want to do that. Shop local, being very supportive. And so using really clear language, it's just helping them understand that they are a part of this.
Yeah. So small business typically starts out with founder and their interests. What have you seen? What's sort of the progressive or evolution of a small business doing CSR, doing business doing
Well, I don't think they know that it's CSR, so that's part of what I talked about is what is CSR anyway.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of businesses that are very focused on being local, on being good to their employees. I mean, that's what this is about. All the small businesses in the world are asked by everybody in their community to give things for nonprofits, races, walks, all those things. And this is just about getting to a point where you're more intentional. And much of that is happening because consumers care and the employees care. So people who come to work for you care about what the business is doing in the community, and the people buying your things care about it.
So yesterday was the research release.
Yeah.
We talked about workplace engagement, all of that. I mean, what are you seeing with small and medium-sized businesses and engaging millennial employees?
So I wouldn't say it's just millennials, but I think the millennials are creating a bit of a wave that make people pay attention to it more. Yeah. But there are lots and lots of businesses. I mean, just think about the communities that you live in where businesses really care about who they are, their values, they're baking in their values. They care about doing something important in their community. And so the tendency is there. They just don't necessarily know how to actually formulate a plan. Yeah.
So when you think about cause stuff, I mean, there's all of this in the workplace. There's doing good cause stuff. There's creating products. And we heard a very interesting discussion from Dale Partridge yesterday around people over profit. I mean, what's your view about the treatment of employees and profit and all of this?
So my fundamental view is that good is for everyone. So that's the fundamental core value that I have. And that means that, nonprofits do good things, big business do good things, small business does good things, individual people do good things. But I fundamentally do believe that, when it used to be that you had your life and then you had work, and now they're woven together. So when a person walks into your business and they decide to work for you, whatever size it is, they care about what that business does to do good in the world. But they also care, and we see this with our employees. 84% of our employees told us that they care that we work with nonprofits when they took their job. They really care. 81% of them volunteer. They not only want the company to do good things,
Right.
they want opportunities to do good themselves.
Right.
So it's becoming, that whole employee engagement conversation is becoming more and more important in the world today. And I think that's great, because CSR used to be something kind of hard to prove.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at how do you recruit and retain and engage people, it's a really important connection.
Yeah, because I would say that what we have seen is that CSR philanthropy, whatever you call it, was over here.
Yeah.
The products and goods we produced was always
Yep.
over here, and they only intersected when we tried every once in a while.
Yeah, when you engineered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's much more blended.
Well, and I'm a little biased because at Blackbaud it's completely blended.
Right,
I
I
mean,
mean-
philanthropy is it's our DNA. It's who
Right.
we are and what we believe. But, you know, as I work with a lot of other people at companies who do what I do, and that realization in particular, both because of the brand and because of employees, is really becoming much more central. And one of the things that's important is people talk about, well, who do you report to in the company? And if your company takes CSR and doing good seriously, then it needs to go right up to the top. It can't be something that's shoved under HR or marketing, or even though they might do good programs, it needs to be seen as a strategic priority.
So one of the things we heard a lot in the research is that CSO's C-suite level bought into cause is important. But when it comes down to execution, that manager, the person that employee reports to, I mean, what's your view on that? Because it seems like sometimes it's, yes, let's go do it, but the manager gives a little bit of a,
That's a really interesting point. I think there's a middle part that needs to be addressed. So you have grassroots employees coming in saying,
Right.
I really care about this, I'm here because I care about it. You have the executives saying, yes, we believe in it, and this is what our brand stands for. But in the middle, that's where the employee kind of looks at the boss and their boss and says, well, is it okay if I go and do this volunteer work? Is it okay if I do this? Is this going to affect how you evaluate me? And so I think it's really important to message and use your executives to help message directly to that middle management that this is a priority. Not only should your employees be doing it, but you should be out there modeling this with them.
yeah.
So that is important.
Yeah. So workplace giving stuff.
Yeah.
Where do you think that's going? Because it was interesting as people saw in the study yesterday. You know, really low participation with some millennials
I'm
and
not
others.
surprised.
So I mean, what do you think's happening, and where does it go?
So I've been at Blackbaud for about 20 years, and I've seen the focus really shift as individual people and employees get far bigger awareness about nonprofits themselves. And so
Right.
they can give directly. And so that's the number one thing. They can give directly, they can give easily. And frankly, that's what Blackbaud helps them do, convey their messages and have really easy ways to give from their phone, from the web, from their iPad, from whatever. So doing a campaign within the workplace it seems a little bit outdated in some ways. Now, for us, it's impossible for us to do it because we have so many people everybody has a favorite cause.
Right,
and so
right.
how do you say, these 5 nonprofits are going to come in, or this program is going to come, and you'd have to include everybody. So it depends on the company, but I do think that the direction is a little more toward individual empowerment.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so quickly before we head out, where can we follow all of the work that you're doing?
Well, Business Doing Good has a website, so www.businessdoinggood,
Okay.
or @bizdoinggood on Twitter.
Excellent.
It's a site that it's a Blackbaud site, but we just branded it differently because it's for businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then blackbaud.com.
Excellent. Anything, new reports or anything we should look out for that's coming out? Either
Oh,
Blackbaud or
geez.
Business Doing Good?
You
You guys have a
know,
lot going on.
We're really excited about Giving Tuesday. We're a big
Yes.
partner in Giving Tuesday, so you'll see information about how to leverage that, whether you're a small business, whether you're a nonprofit. So definitely look for that. I would encourage people to follow, and then look at NP Engage too.
Yeah.
That's a great site,
Great platform.
www.npengage.com, and lots of great thought leadership specifically for nonprofits.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're very
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah.